When you think of cake progress, what comes to your mind? Not the cake, gosh, what made me choose? For those who are subscribed to my channel, what comes to your mind? Probably that I take no KB, so you can imagine the tremendous force it took to push me out of my comfortable couch and make my lazy cake make a video. And that force is Rocket Cone Pro. Why and what made me so interested? I played way too much Minecraft and tested all sorts of mice, and none were perfect to replace me all of them at once, so I had to switch in between mice all the time. When I thought of the perfect mouse, I imagined a Rocket Cone Aimo because its shape is good for drag click, butterfly and normal click, but with better switches and better click registration, so it would all register. And this mouse is an attempt of Roccat to create exactly that. You see, its buttons are wide, separated from the core. This one gives unpredictable results, but definitely means that clicks won't be too tough. And the switches are able to register 200 CPS, maybe even more, and all this in just one mouse. Is it gonna be the one to replace my whole collection? Watch till the end to find out. Now, something to prove my authority. As you can see, the mouse came with these blue stickers on the back of it, and you know what it means? Nothing else but that Roccat engineers are inspired by my mouse reviews and take their ideas from there. And it's that I literally have a different mouse for every clicking technique, and I have all the best drag clicking mice, so much that some of them literally hang themselves from loneliness.
Why are we still here?
So I hope there are no questions left to my trustworthiness, and let's get into the video. Actually, these stickers don't feel like tape on your mouse feet. In fact, even if you do put tape on your mouse feet, it's gonna feel like nothing because the mouse weighs 66 grams, like it's insane for a good drag clicking mouse. It's even less than cane, meaning that its mouse feet won't wear off, which you shouldn't worry about because they put an extra set of mouse feet. And the box, which is useful if you want to replace the switches, which also won't break because there's a 100 million click life cycle. What I wanna say by all that? This mouse is unlikely to break unless you throw it into a wall. And that's really good because it's a Minecraft video and we're about to abuse the shit out of it. Let's go. First question you might have gotten from the intro. Are these switches same as light strikes? No, but these are definitely the best switches of all the Roccat mice. It's nothing like what we've seen before because its clicks are almost as light as with Rocket Cane, but at the same time they register. And the best part is it also gives you space for getting that much, because for some reason it feels like there's less force pushing the mouse button back to where it's been after it's clicked. And it improves drag clicking because it means you can get more clicks using less button space. To see if it's good for PvP, I tested it with every clicking technique, starting with jitter clicking. I know it doesn't sound like a good idea to jitter click on a lightweight mouse, it must shake so much you won't see anything, but that's actually not the case. In fact, most mice feel heavy when you try to jitter click on them. And sometimes your aim gets worse just because you can't move your mouse properly. And here it does not, especially that its shape is good for both jitter clicking and fast clicking, so you shouldn't worry about that. Next up, butterfly clicking. And it's around the same as with Rocket Cone XTD, meaning that I get around 19 CPS until my fingers get tired. If you find the right grip, you can also keep the click speed while aiming. This is the grip, by the way. Do this. The difference is the buttons on this mouse are much wider than on the XTD, therefore my fingers don't get destroyed after trying to butterfly click on it. Though still not wide enough to butterfly with triple clicks. But that's all pretty default and boring. Here's where we get to the interesting part. As I mentioned earlier, this mouse is super light, which makes it easier to find a drag clicking grip that you can still aim with. Its buttons are long and you can do more clicks than, say, with cane, using the same amount of space. And its clicks are light, which makes it easier to aim. All these combined makes you able to not just reduce, but PvP with drag clicking and literally get perfect aim. I know it sounds weird, but when you think of it, drag clicking is actually much better for PvP than butterfly clicking, because the delay between your clicks is more consistent, meaning even getting the same CPS you will catch more ticks. But your CPS is gonna be higher most of the time, resulting in even more successful hit packages. It takes no time to switch from normal clicking to drag clicking grip, and you almost always have time to reset your drag click right after you get hit. Unfortunately, most of Minecraft servers and some of the players prefer to stay in the same place without moving forwards or learning anything new, but for servers with anti-cheats that work properly, not banning people for high CPS or limiting it in a different way, and I guess for those that have no anti-cheat at all, which include vanilla servers, this is an absolute best PvP mouse. Next up, bridging. The mouse is light and has no place for weights, so you can't god bridge by drag clicking without holding your mouse. Its clicks also work in a way they get inconsistent when your fingers get wet and there's no tape that can fix it for short abuse, so it's not good for god bridging. But who cares when you can telebridge? As I said, it's extremely good for long drag clicking and aiming at the same time, making it one of the best mice for telebridging. To sum it all up, I'll just play a normal game of Bad Wars and tell you my personal opinion on who this mouse is for. I say personal opinion because the mouse is new and pretty underrated, not many people have it, so I couldn't gather enough information to be 100% sure like I usually do, though it should be pretty reliable. As you can see, I already put tape on it, so no more nudes for this video. Aww. Except you can't really see tape in dark, because RGB lightning. Oh my god, I nearly lost. Because RGB lighting removes the tape from reality, and that's a +1 for design, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm too busy talking, I forgot to kill the guy, whatever. Anyway, here's what I think. First of all, its benefits are it's super light and its shape is good for literally everything, meaning that if you play games other than Minecraft and don't wanna get multiple mice, this one is a good choice. Its clicks are light, which in combination with the weight of the mouse gives you amazing drag clicking aim, so if you have to long drag and aim at the same time for whatever reason, it could be reducing or telebridging, this is a really good choice and it won't break fast. Though its clicks being so light is also a con because you have to get used to them and electrical tape isn't really good with it, and that's why it might be hard, and that's why it's a little bit harder to drag click with wet hands. And for the same reason, at some point your hands will get tired from butterfly clicking, though it doesn't matter for 98% of you because it's just enough to play any Hypixel minigame anyway. And to avoid sweating, you can always wash your hands before playing, not that hard. Oh wow, the red guy died. He's the only threat I saw. One last thing I want to mention is that there's also a Roccat Pro Air, which is the wireless version of the mouse reviewed, and it does register drag clicking CPS if you were wondering. My man's just using the Pro Air, you know, it's so light he's literally flying.